I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration.
I would beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome back to the 5th round. As always, myself, Stephen Moustaris. And we're sitting here Saturday morning at like 10 a.m. right now. And I don't know, I just wanted to kind of break down Bellator 277 last night. I shouldn't say break down too much because I think if you're a big Bellator fan or any MMA fan, I'm sure you already watched it or kept up with it. But, I mean, clearly, we've seen some crazy finishes. I mean, Tyron Forchan, I think he went out crazy, had a nice finish last night. Aaron Pico looked phenomenal against the no-namer who we were breaking down, but did what he needed to do, did his job. And then the co-mains were just amazing. Honestly, I enjoyed them. Sadly, Vadim Nemkov and Corey Anderson got called early due to that unintentional headbutt. And man, the only thing I really want to even talk about it was Nemkov came out first round looking pretty good. I thought he definitely won that first round. And then we seen Corey Anderson finally, got him taken down in that second round and then just absolutely dominated second, basically the entire third round until, clearly the headbutt was, I think, 5 seconds left in the third round. And if you're Corey Anderson, man, you're confident you definitely were winning that fight. You were probably on your way to win that fight. But it's just sad because you literally, if that would have happened, if the 5 seconds would have went off the clock, it went into the fourth round, and then they tried to call it, we're going to a judge's scorecard, and he's definitely winning 2 of the 3 rounds, which I guess I shouldn't say definitely because we see in the main event that these judges are just getting ridiculous. I won't lie to you. They've always been bad in MMA. I mean, we're used to seeing how bad they are in the UFC, but good Lord. I mean, these judges suck. But yeah, that's the only thing. I felt bad for Corey Anderson yesterday. You got to be happy if you're Nemkov. Holy shit, I just kind of got out of there barely alive, still got the belt. We're good. It was looking bad for him, honestly. He was getting dominated. Anything could have happened in the 4th, 5th round, especially for 205ers. Those guys can knock each other out with one punch for sure. So not saying you're saying Corey would have won, but the way that it was going, it was definitely in Corey's, back pocket. And then the only other, man, the main event, back and forth. Honestly, first round, I thought AJ McKee won it just because he was a little more active in my opinion. Second round, clearly, Pitbull wins it with a nice little knockdown and whatnot, or a little rock, whatever. Third round, I personally thought AJ McKee won it just because of the takedowns, and I know he kind of got caught in that guillotine or whatever, but still didn't. He got out of it, still, was dominant for that. At least his position was dominant. And then 4th and 5th round, I thought he for sure won as well. And I'm sitting there like, okay. Once they read off the scorecard, one judge had a 49-46, and then it was 48-47. I was like, okay, that's all right. AJ McKee definitely wins that one then. And then no, they give it to Pitbull, and I don't know. This always goes back to my belief. I think we hear it all the time, especially from our fighters. They say it all the time, but if you want to be the champion, you have to beat the champion. And we saw AJ McKee knock out Pitbull, technically choked him out, but had him pretty much knocked out and then choked him out with the standing guillotine in the first fight. So he definitely won it from him, definitely beat him. And then this last fight, I don't know, when they're close decisions like that, man, the judges, I don't know what the fuck they were doing. There's no way, I don't know what fight you guys were watching that anybody would have thought 49-46 for Pitbull. Unless you're a Pitbull fan or you're Pitbull's family or team or something, I guess. But I'm not even a dick rider of AJ McKee. I like AJ McKee. Don't get me wrong, but I don't dick ride anybody in Bellator. Honestly, no offense to them. I just did a video about how good they are and how they're still phenomenal fighters and would beat my ass any day of the week, and probably give a lot of the UFC fighters a lot of fucking problems. So no hate at all. I'm just saying Bellator doesn't do a good job of promoting their guys very well. So. That's always been my thing. It's not like a dick rider of Conor or John Jones in his prime or anybody, Sugar Sean O'Malley's in the world, Hamzat's. You got dick riders out there for those guys. And then, so yeah, the fight that I watched last night, I stayed up all night watching those things, came back from a fire. Honestly, it was perfect timing. Left my friend's house to watch the co-main and main event. It was just perfect timing. and I was in my bed watching the main event, and I'm sitting there like, okay, easily 3-2, easily, and in my eyes it was 4-1 that I thought AJ McKee won, and yeah, they go with Pitbull, and I'm just sitting there shocked, like, what the hell? But yeah, I think something. I don't know how we would change it, and I might do a video breaking down a little bit better, but like, I think it should be a thing where if you don't knock out the champ or you don't absolute dominate, like, just don't get me wrong, like, if you look at the Kamaru Usman versus Tyron Woodley fight, or like Rafael Dos Anjos versus, sorry to bring up the UFC, but it's just MMA still, but Rafael Dos Anjos against Anthony Pettis, like, those are such dominant victories, even though it was decision, such a dominant victory that you have to give him the belt. That's beating the champ. The dominant decision is one thing, but these close decisions and shit, man, I don't know. I just don't think that a champion loses his belt for that. I don't know. Like, it's weird. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people probably don't agree, but when it's a close fight like that, like with the Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski's first fight, like, I definitely don't think it was enough for Volk to get that belt. I mean, like, it's kind of like John Jones' last couple fights where, you know, he barely pulls him out against Reyes and Santos and shit. Like, still, I know there's arguments that he lost, there's arguments that he won. Regardless, I don't think it was enough for him to lose his belt, which he didn't, luckily, but you know what I'm saying. So, I don't know. I kind of want to. I know AJ McKee. I watched the post fight last night, basically, of the whole Bellator 277 winners, losers, all them talk about, and I saw AJ McKee was talking about he's done with 45 and he's never going back. So he wants, if they're gonna do a trilogy fight, he wants it at 55, and I don't know. I think Bellator is gonna get him to fight one more time. 45, definitely get that rematch because they need a trilogy at this rate. I mean, in my eyes, it's 2-0, but still, technically, when it comes to the results and what's going to go down in the history books, it's 1-1. So yeah, I think wouldn't be mad at the trilogy, but I like what he's saying about the 55, going up 55 and really focusing on some like bigger fights and shit. So I don't know. I just was a little upset last night. It's one of those fight cards that are just so stacked. And, well, at least for Bellator, it's just a stacked one, and it just kind of, the two main events just kind of, you know, give you the because like the Corey Anderson Nemkov fight, like I said, gets called with a headbutt, trash, no contest. We're gonna have to see the rematch, which is cool. At least we get to see the rematch, and technically no winner for the Grand Prix, so that sucks. But the main event was a good fight. I really liked it. They both got exhausted. You can tell it was just a good fight, good scrap. And then, but I just thought the judges, man, like, even if you give it to Pitbull, that's got to be a split decision. I don't know what the one judge was doing. 49-46, man, you should never be able to judge a fight again. But like, even if you had it 48-47, it had to been at least a split decision out there. Like, I think a lot of people thought AJ won that fight. So I don't know. We'll see how this goes in the future or whatever. I'm sure they're going to be fighting again here in a couple months. Seems like neither of them were really hurt or anything. I know Pitbull had a couple cuts on him at the end of that fight. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, you know, I'm getting ready, sitting here for the next couple hours. We got the UFC fight night card coming up. So I'll be excited for that one. But hey, this has been the 5th round. As always, your boy Stephen Moustaris, and I hope you guys have a good one.